I'm at work this afternoon. It's Monday after being stung by a bee a short time ago. I'm all right, although I was a bit frightened for a while. There's where the sting was. I actually had a sting with a little sack of poison on the end of it, which I removed with a knife. That's the best way to do it. Just stroking it off with a knife, not cutting into your flesh. If you try and get that with your finger and thumb, you squeeze more poison in. But these things can be fatal, very rarely, if you're severely allergic. So you want to be a little bit careful. Those bees, as I mentioned, they are a wild strain, and it made me think about a few things. You know, we used to keep a New Zealand style strain of bees in the garden when we used to keep bees, and they were very docile. We never felt frightened by them, and I only got stung once once or twice maybe in all the years that we were often opening the hive. Use a bit of smoke and you dress up, obviously. But these black bees, these English type strain, they're quite aggressive. And I thought, yeah, that's interesting. I don't know if it's true, I don't know. But all this effort done by selective breeders, such as the late brother Lawrence of Buckfast Abbey in Devon, who did a lot of famous work on breeding bees, they're always trying to get them more docile so they're easier to handle, but maybe they're not quite so survivable. Because as people know, we've lost a lot of bees worldwide. There is a honeybee crisis. We lost ours by varroa mite. This lot, I don't know if I have any varroa, I haven't looked in there, but they seem to be very vigorous, and that they appear by natural selection, you know, survival of the fittest, to be pretty tough. And maybe the fact that, you know, the features that they have, which make them more able to survive, perhaps make them a bit more aggressive. So maybe there's a trade-off between one thing and another. Anyhow, I was wondering, you know, looking so much bee activity, I was thinking, hey, maybe I could just go in there and nick a little bit of honey, but I'm not so sure now. Not so sure. One of the very few times in my medical career I can honestly say that I believe I did save somebody's life, although it was the system. Ultimately, I was just part of the system. It was somebody who was undergoing anaphylactic shock after a wasp sting, and most people will get a reaction somewhat like this. It's maybe worse tomorrow. This sting was 3 hours ago now. Most people will be okay, but a small number of people will get a very severe, overwhelming collapse of their circulation. And this was years ago. It was in A&E. I quickly assessed the situation. I whacked some intravenous adrenaline into somebody's vein. That brought them round pretty quick with a headache. I thought they were going to get a stroke, but it was actually the right thing to do. Yeah. So anyway, bees very necessary, but be careful. Be careful.